3 minutes until this broadcast from CMC Communications. Mark 2 minutes, 30 seconds until this next broadcast from CMC Communications. This next broadcast from CMC Communications will begin in 2 minutes from Mark. 2 minutes until this next broadcast from CMC Communications. Mark 1 minute, 30 seconds until this next broadcast from CMC Communications. This next broadcast from CMC Communications will begin in 1 minute from Mark. 1 minute until the broadcast begins. This is our final time check. Mark 30 seconds until this next broadcast from CMC Communications begins. Here's to a great game. The following is an exclusive presentation of CMC Communications. This is high school football, presented by CMC Communications, with complete in-depth team coverage of tonight's high school football action, scores, stats, and your game of the week. High school football is brought to you by Moody National Bank, consistently voted best bank in Texas. BMW of Clear Lake. Experience the ultimate in customer service at bmwofclearlake.com. Mackey Mechanical Services, Gold Star rated by the Better Business Bureau. Texas First Bank, you know us and we know you. Houston Partners Real Estate, helping build Pearland and Clear Lake one home at a time. Arlen's Markets, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. DeMontron Gulf Freeway, it's definitely DeMontron. All Out Off-Road, Houston's premier builder of custom off-road vehicles. By Flex Oil Services Incorporated, building a safe future through advanced technology. Bay Area Kitchens, custom remodelers from the blueprint to the welcome mat. And by Crazy Allen Swamp Shack. Laissez le bon temps rouler. The most in-depth team coverage of Southeast Texas high school football starts now. Alongside Coach Ed Biles, here's Charles McCullough.
CMC Communications broadcasting in proud association with AM 950 KPRC. Houston is proud to be here for the first time this season at a place we've called home for a lots of years, Coach Ed Biles, and that's Henry Winston Stadium in Friendswood for the tough Friendswood Mustangs. And always a powerful team as they take on tonight a Category 5 hurricane in the Dickinson Gators, with one down there in the Pacific side of Mexico. We wish those people well in our prayers tonight. But, Coach, this is going to be a pretty good test for the Gators tonight, maybe their first big test this season.
Well, it's a big ball game, I think. More for Friendswood, Charles, is the Gators. Friendswood 4-3 for the season. They are 3-1 in 24-6A. The Gators undefeated 7-0, 4-0 coming in the backyard. Both teams have good running games. Both the passing games a little bit questionable. Both quarterbacks have only thrown 5 touchdowns. Friendswood quarterback Tyler Page 4 interceptions. Dylan Baines quarterback for the Gators have only thrown 1 interception. So I think it's going to be which team stopped the running game down. Now the problem that Friendswood has, their defense. They lost a lot of players. They only had 4 starters coming back off last year's football team. Their defense has given up quite a few points. Last week they got beat by Clear Creek. They gave up 42 points. The last 3 ball games they've given up 42 points, 35-20, and so that's a lot of points for a high school team to be giving up. But can their defense slow down the great running back Jordan Myers from the Gators? I doubt it. But that's what the key is going to be, whether the Mustang defense can slow down the great football. Myers is one of the best football players we've seen. He does it all. He punt return, kickoff return, pass receiver.
I know that's right. And maybe a half coach, too. He does it all. Well, of course, Coach John Snelson for the mighty Dickinson Gators is a gentleman, a scholar, and a personal hero. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a good ball game tonight. The Mustangs and the Gators, we're going to be back to set up kickoff right after we take this local timeout. You're listening to CMC High School Football tonight on AM 950 KPRC.
In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expectmore.
Charles McCullough back here with Coach Ed Biles, and God bless each and every one of you for tuning in this evening, and God bless you unconditionally in any case, and your families too. Well, tonight, a different kind of a setup here at Henry Winston Stadium. Had a little bit of a power issue, and the power and the lights and everything just having come back on full bore about 10 minutes ago. They're still kind of waiting for some of the other ancillary and auxiliary lights to pop back on, and that will happen momentarily.
Well, the game is going to be delayed a little bit. We probably started a few minutes earlier, but right now they delayed the game, and they're waiting for the power is slowly coming on. We got about 3/4 of the field is pretty good shape right now. Some of it still has to come on, so we are in a little bit of a power delay here. Great crowd here tonight, Charles, between the Mustang, Dickinson. Of course, it's friendly rivalry. The team's been playing each other for a lot of years. Bringing you up to date on some of last night's scores. In District 15 6A, Spring defeated Klein Forest 33-6. District 16 6A, College Park defeated Summer Creek 30-27. Local interest in 22 6A, Pearland moved on with a powerful 59-8 win over Pasadena Memorial, and they continue to roll on, continue to be undefeated. Pearland and Manville just trugging along. Manville had that one loss early in the season to Westfield, but both those teams. Angleton with a huge 62-21 win over Lamar Consolidated. We had Clearbrook over in District 24 6A, this same district here. Clearbrook, big win, 63-24 over Clear Falls. We had Dobie beating Alvin 28-14. One of those teams now. Dobie, Alvin, those groups are going to be the 4th team that gets into the playoffs. So there's some interesting 4th place team. We're about 2 weeks more, and it will be into the playoffs. And big games coming up here towards last week of the season. Looking forward to the Pearland-Manville game.
Yes, sir, and that big game we're looking at next week as they increase in intensity from here on out. We've got Clear Creek, the Wildcats, visiting the Dickinson Gators next week. That's going to be a good football game. And then in the week following, we'll have, of course, as you just mentioned, Coach, the Manville Mavericks hosting the Pearland Oilers, and then we begin the playoffs, the state playoff portion of which will be at NRG Stadium.
Well, there's a strong possibility. I'm hearing rumors that there's a strong possibility that Katy and Manville will not be in the same situation. Katy will be in 1A and Manville will be in 2A. It would be a great break for Manville.
Division 2 6A,
Division 2
versus
yes,
Division 1
yes.
6A. Tell you what, about the time past the point where we have these fine messages come your way, we'll be ready to get closer to kickoff in a contest tonight, which is equally important in 24 6A. That's the Dickinson Gators, undefeated, averaging close to 51 points a game against the Friendswood Mustangs, who are a pretty tough hoss to tame, too. And we'll be right back after we take this time out. You're listening to CMC High School Football right here on AM 950 KPRC.
Moody National Bank, voted 14 straight years the best bank in Galveston County and in Southeast Texas by readers of the Galveston Daily News. At Moody National Bank, we strive to earn the confidence and trust of our customers by providing superior service with a personal touch and still do business the old-fashioned way with honor and integrity. Moody National Bank has 19 locations in Galveston, Brazoria, and Southeast Harris counties. Online at moodybank.com. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
Arlen's Market, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. Owner Ames Arlen always aims to please his customers. Family owned and operated for over 20 years with locations from Seabrook to San Antonio, there's bound to be a location in your hometown. Online at arlensmarket.com. DeMontron Gulf Freeway. Just exit 15 off the Gulf Freeway and enter the universe of DeMontron. From Conroe to Houston and now Texas City. Remember, when it comes to your new car purchase, it's definitely DeMontron. Online for you 24/7 at DeMontron.com. LaPorte Mitsubishi on 146 between Spencer and Fairmont and LaPorte, where Larry Garza's team has the same mission as the teams on the field: trust, integrity, and respect. Come see the 2016 Mitsubishi, America's best running affordable luxury car. Online at smartchoicelaporte.net. Flex Oil Services in Channelview is proud to help secure Houston's and America's future through advanced petrochemical and industrial technology. Proud supporters of high school football, contact Flex Oil Services today. Online at flexofs.com. C-Bar Contractors, Texas' most prolific contractors and constructors of commercial buildings and shopping malls. Call Chili Beans Childers in Cassie today at 409-925-5757 or on the web at cbarcontractors.com. Crazy Allen Swap Shack, located at the Kima Boardwalk at the foot of the Seabrook Bridge. Crazy Allen serves the finest in Louisiana cuisine, and if it isn't grown or raised in South Louisiana, we don't have it. At Crazy Allen Swap Shack, it's always time to laisse la bonté rouler. Online at theswampshack.com. The Cake Lady Bakery, located on South Friendswood Drive in Friendswood, with a 40-year tradition of baked goods, excellence in wedding cakes, cookies, pastries, and holiday catering. 5-star rated on weddingwire.com. Call Rose the Cake Lady at 281-482-3072 or online at CakeLadyBakery.com. Ron Carter Clear Lake, where the snowman Kyle Snow offers Houston's lowest APR on America's luxury car, Cadillac, as well as America's finest import Hyundai. Ron Carter Clear Lake on the Gulf Freeway South, just past the 2351 exit. Online 24/7 at roncarterclearlake.com.
anthem and the national anthem. Always heard, I think, Coach, most stirringly right here at a high school football game or a high school sporting event. You got a great community like Friendswood taking on another fine community like Dickinson. Both teams bringing their crowds, loyal to their kids that are playing, and they play at a very high level indeed.
This is what our country's all about, Charles. This type of life, not some of the terror things we've been having going on. See folks, two cities getting together, competing against each other, trying to be nice to each other, kids competing each other. We don't need all the other stuff that's been going on in our country right now. So it's always great to hear the national anthem. I remember back how many times I've heard that standing down on the sidelines. Every time I've heard it, I feel proud to be an American.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Ed Biles, we've got a good ball game tonight. Both teams wear blue and white. The only difference is Friendswood adds a little silver into the mix, and Friendswood will be dressed in blue jerseys, white pantaloons, and blue trim with silver numbers and lettering and blue helmets. The Dickinson Gators will be dressed in all white uniforms tonight, with blue trousers. They literally flipped the script on what parallel.
They're meeting the middle field right now for the coin toss to see who decides where they want the ball. They get the choice. If you win the toss, you can either accept that you want to receive, or you want to defer to the second half. And so it appears as if the Dickinson Gators have won the toss. Officials are looking at the Gators and saying, what do you want to do? And they must decide whether they want to receive the ball or whether they want to wait till halftime. So they deferred their choice. They won the toss, deferred their choice, and I'm sure that the Mustangs will take the ball. You don't want to give the ball up 2 times. They're going to receive. If you decide that you want to kick off, you're going to be kicking off twice, so you lose a possession. Anyway, the Mustangs will receive. They're going to be going left to right, and we're about ready here to begin another good football game, another Friday Night Lights.
And we've got 2 great coaches that are good friends, and they've both been at the helm of either program now for the same number of years. Coach Koopman having taken over for Steve Van Meter, who's out coaching Coach the 2A Hutto Hippos.
Oh, it gets in your blood, Charles. Once you become a coach, you always seem to want to become a coach.
Yes, sir. I can tell when I try to restrain you from going down to the sideline. And then we've got, of course, Coach John Snelson, a gentleman whose story has become well known as he's battled illness successfully, and he's coming back with the Lord's grace. He's doing fine.
Well, it's National Cancer Awareness Month, breast cancer, and a lot of people are celebrating, doing lots of things. Quite a few of these youngsters are wearing pink shoes, and et cetera, et cetera.
Well, the Dickinson Gators won the toss, Coach. They deferred their choice to the second half. They are going to kick it to the Friendswood Mustangs, who are dressed in those dark blue jerseys and white pantaloons, blue helmets, white numbers, white stockings, and back deep for Friendswood to receive will be number 12, Mr. Nick DeHoyos, and a twin. Back near the 10-yard line, the Gators will boot it right to left on your radio dial, right here on 950 KPRC.
DeHoyos is a great defensive back, Charles. He's got 4 interceptions so far this year.
Yes, sir. All right, the Dickinson Gators poised to boot it right to left, ball spotted. Top post 40-yard line, and it's a high end over end. It's coming right to DeHoyos. Takes it at the 10. Goes outside, and he's going to be down at the 10-yard line by a hard-charging Gator defensive special teams coach. Chief among them, number 16, who came in on the lamb-based, Mr. Miles Mouton.
You just can't run sideways on a kickoff return. The ball was caught on about the 10-yard line, and as he ran sideways, that allows the team coming down coverage to get there. Once you get that type of kickoff, you've got to go straight forward and pick up some yards. Consequently, the Mustangs starting deep in their own territory on about their own 10-yard line, Charles.
And that Miles Mouton kid that's one young man that'll go miles and miles of Texas. I'll tell you what, and a gridiron too.
Tyler Page, the quarterback.
Okay, Mr. Page has turned a page in his own right in the successful book of quarterbacks in Friendswood history. Fake handoff, he's going to air it out right on the post, Coach. It is caught at the 25-yard line, and it's a pickup of a first down and 10 out to the 28.
Well, good call, but by coaching staff of Mustangs, play action pass, anticipating the running game. The linebackers went for the fake, wide open, coming across, big first down.
The offensive production is what the Mustangs have to count on tonight. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Page trying to round the corner. Coach, and he does turn the Page. Gets all the way to a first down.
Well, Page has run a lot this year, Charles. He has over 1,000 yards. He's averaging 5.8 yards per carry. He has 11 touchdowns running this year.
Tyler Wittemeyer finally shoves him out for Dickinson, but it's a 1st and 10. Right up the gut comes a tailback dive, Coach, and a pickup of perhaps 2.5 as they test that interior line of the Dickinson Gators.
Well, that's number 21, Charles. Mason Barnes. He's a 5'10", 160-pounder, and didn't get much on that one.
Barnes is not afraid to crash right into the barn door and try to get a yard, maybe go through it. All right. 2nd down and 8 for Friendswood. And it's going to be this time another quarterback keeper for Page. He finds a steam, stitches it up, Coach. It gets out to the 45-yard line. Which
will bring up the first important 3rd down of the game. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5 for the Mustang on about their own 44-yard line.
Tyrese Wittemeyer once again on the stop, showing a little Gator bite in that defensive strong D early for the Gators. Double tight end set, 1 wide near and far. Page rolling near side, looking.
He's in trouble.
He's going to be sacked, Coach, for a big loss. And it's going to be none other than Tyrese Wittemeyer once again getting in there, shooting the gap and making the stop.
Well, 3rd down, they came with that play-action pass that they had great success with on 1st down. They don't fool with it very seldom on play-action pass on 3rd down. You don't get much fake out of it, so the defensive backs of Dickinson was all over the first punt of the ball game.
And Jordan Myers, the man of the hour, back deep, the 25-yard line.
Great hands. This youngster's got great hands. He will catch the punt even if there are people around him, Charles.
How they handle Myers on this opener is going to tell the tale of a lot of tape in this game, but it's going to be something we won't be able to tell until a little later as it falls short.
One of the problem teams had playing Dickinson, they're all worried about that punt return man, Jordan Myers. They don't want to punt the ball to him, so all week long they work on punting away from him. Punters, lots of time trying to kick it out of bounds, will pick it very short, and that's what that happened. Dickinson's taking over. Great field position on their own 47-yard line.
9:55 to go in the first quarter of play, getting started a little bit late. The power was off for a while. It's been turned on. Everything's on, and so are we. And thank you for being with us. 1 wide out far side, 1 near I formation. Under center, Baines for Dickinson. Handoff fullback. Watch out off that offset I. Plunges forward, picks up about 4 yards.
Yeah, a little bit of surprise with that starting up. Coach is trying to out-coach, so to speak. Everybody looking for Myers to get it. Gave it to Leland Young. He went straight ahead for about
Leland Young. Pistol formation. That's going to be Baines. This time hands off Myers, Coach. He is going to swing out far side, but only pick up about 2 or 3.
Well, they were very lucky on that play, Charles. There was a fumble on the exchange. The ball bounced, but it bounced right back to Myers, who's got the great hand. He managed to turn it into a short game. 3rd down and about 3.
Zach Follis on the stop for the Friendswood Mustangs. Great outside linebacker.
Motion in the ocean for the Gators.
That'll bring it back 5 yards. We have no score yet. Friendswood Mustangs showed a little bit of spark and a little bit of zest and energy. Page putting on a fairly good show, but unfortunately for the Mustangs, it turned into a 3-and-out eventually. Gators have the ball now. Have just been backed up 5 yards due to a motion penalty. It's 3rd down and 8 now. We'll have trips to the near side. Twins out to the far side, all along the backfield. Quarterback airs it out square. Patter's going to be caught far side.
Not enough for the 1st down, though, Charles.
Just regains the lost yardage, Coach.
Not enough for the 1st down, and this could be conceivably a 3-and-out for the Mustang defense, and that speaks very well for what they need to get done to hang in this football game.
Yes, sir. That was Blake Carlisle, by the way, on the reception on the far side. But no dice, as the Gators will have to boot it away.
What an athlete, Blake Carlisle. Tight end offense, linebacker on defense, 6'3", 190-pounder, runs a 4.6. Quite an athlete.
You say the same thing about Page for Friendswood. He now is one of the receivers at the 15-yard line, along with De Hoyos. And there's a high punt. And it's going to come right to Page this time. Fair catch called for, however. It'll be at the 19-yard line when the Friendswood Mustangs will gallop up and saddle up for their first play from scrimmage.
Well, first exchange of punts, the Mustangs gained 9 yards. They started on the 11 first time. Now they're starting on the 20.
Yes, sir. Tyler Page for the Friendswood Mustangs. He is just a junior, 5'11", Goes all of 175 pounds soaking wet, Coach. Well, he's built like a bullwhip. Not a lot of beef, but he's extremely smart player.
Campbell's football book, they had him listed 6 foot 170. They listed 5'11" here.
Shotgun snap.
Quarterback
Page keeps the ball, Coach. And look at a 175-pound kid, just 5'11", picks up 7 or 8 yards.
Well, he carries the ball a lot. They run kind of the old-fashioned option where they fake the ball to running back. Page keeps it. Like I said, he's carried. Coming into this game, he's carried for 75 times this year. That's a lot of carries for a quarterback.
Page gets backs in the gun. One wide far side, trips to the near side. And it's going to be a shotgun snap, looking square out pattern. It's going to be overthrown near side, incomplete.
Dropped by number 11, unfortunately. Pretty good pass.
To Cade Brenny.
Junior running back coming out of the backfield. Just dropped the defensive back's best friend, the drop pass, Charles.
Mason Barnes, pretty good running back, sets up usually in the blocking back position for Page, and he'll do so once again. As Page gets back into the shotgun, we have trips out far side, one near. Page, and he hands off again. Barnes this time. The Gators close the barn door.
Gotta be close. See where they spot the ball. I think he had to get to the 30-yard line. Did he make it? Let's see where the spot is.
I think he's a little bit short, Coach. Number 50 for the Gators. Effective on the stop, Joseph Shields.
Whew.
He did get a first down and 10. Heavens to Betsy.
Favorable spot. They may want to measure this one. It's awfully close.
Coach Koopman looks like he is giving
this looks
some.
Like it could be about maybe 3 of Al Farb's credit cards.
That'd be the whole football field, Coach.
I think we're going to have a measurement, Charles.
Yes, sir.
This is close.
Well, our underwriters make our broadcast possible. They include George Apila, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, phone 281-534-7635. George, every time I say your name, I have to say George Apila, 281-534-7635. And I'd like to thank Colonel Rich Huntley of the United States Marine Corps, who's just opened up a new business called League City Shipping right next door to District Stadium. I want you to go by and see this man because he's a good man. Visit him online at leaguecityshipping.com. Twins out far side, one to the near side. In the shotgun is Page, 5-yard drop back looking. He's going to pump fake, then go far side. He's been sacked once, finally airs it out. It's going to be caught. It's a first down and 10, Coach, out at the 40-yard line.
That's a great job by Page. If nobody was open, he bought pretty good time by rolling out to his left. Got an open receiver and picked up another first down up on about the 41-yard. Great job by Tyler Page.
And he found Cade Rennie. That's Amy Rennie's son, Coach. She's the athletic secretary for Coach Copeman. Shotgun snap. He's going to hold on to the ball. Page turns the corner, tries to turn the page, gets out to the 45. I'm impressed with Page, Coach. That's one youngster that if you passed in a school hallway, you wouldn't look twice.
Well, he's got a great feel for what he's trying to do. He did a good job of making that fake inside, and then he looked like he was going to go inside. Noticed a little opening outside, went out there, picked up about 3 on a play that looked like it was going to be nothing. 2nd and 7.
Friendswood looking a little bit disorganized for just a moment. 3 wides near side, set back deep off the line. Shotgun snap. It's going to be kept by Page again. This time the Gators again take a bite out of the line and out of his run.
Good play by strong safety Waylon Hurst, number 20. When he read it all the way, got himself in great position to make the tackle. Didn't go for any of the fakes, and so now 3rd down and 7 for the Mustangs.
2 good football teams, both on offense and on defense.
Well-coached, fundamentally sound football team, Charles. Both coaches emphasize fundamentals.
Yes, sir. Coach Snelson for the Gators and Coach Koopman for the Mustangs. Twins out far side, twins near. Page, he's all the rage here at Friendswood High School. Takes the snap, 5-yard drop back looking. Rolling far side, he's being chased. He's going to elude one tackler, stay on his feet, pick up 6 and all the hurly-burly.
But not enough for the first down. Did a great job of buying some time, but it'll be another punting situation. So far we've had 3 punts early in this football game.
Miles Mouton finally on the stop on that far side for the Dickinson Gators. So both teams, Coach, have been going through a swinging door of punting. First the Mustangs, then the Gators, and now the Mustangs again.
Well, let's see where they punt the ball to Jordan Myers or not this time.
Myers is at the 20-yard line, stage right. High end over end. Myers is going to take the ball and try to run it up. And he's still on his feet, Coach. They finally bring him down at the 15-yard line. If they do punt it to Myers, as you've alluded in the past, Coach, on previous Gator broadcasts, he will run the ball.
He has great confidence in his hand. He shouldn't have cut that ball. Two guys around him, but he caught it, tried to make something out of it. Great punt that time. First punt was poorly done by the Mustang, but that was a great one. The Gators are going to start deep in their own territory, their own 15-yard line.
Neither team has put together an effective offensive drive yet. They've done well between the 30s, but neither team has penetrated the other's red zone. So, now the Gators will try again. Twins out far side, one near at their own 15-yard line. That's going to be handed off to Myers, Coach, and this time the Friendswood Mustangs stuff him right at the line. He goes nowhere.
Well, they're using a four-man defensive line, and their inside tackles are split out pretty good, and it looks like you should be able to run inside, but both those linebackers recognize that. They both charged through the gap with the shoulder of the center, one to the right, one left, and made the tackle, so 2nd and 10.
And Kyle Ford.
That's about the first time we've seen Myers stop for no gain.
Yep, Kyle Ford put the final cap on that stop. Square out pattern. It's incomplete near side. And now we've got suddenly 2nd down and 10 for the Gators, 3rd and 10, and they're deep in their own territory.
Yeah, they really are. It looks like both teams are playing a little cautious, looks like they're both aware that they're playing a good football team.
Yes, absolutely. I think the best test for either team tonight is tonight. 0-0 is our score. We have exactly 5 minutes to go in the first quarter of play here at Winston Stadium in Friendswood. Twins near, twins out far side. Shotgun snap, Baines back deep at his own 5. He may elude. Now this kid can run it too when he wants to, and he does move forward. Finally picks up about 6 yards. He saw steam and sketched it up.
Not enough for the first down though, Charles. Not enough for the first down. But 4th down and another punting situation. Both teams 2 possessions. Both teams have been punting.
Yeah, they have to punt it once again. Yes, sir, Coach. He tried to ride that high post, which looks like a seam you stitch up, but unfortunately, Kyle Ford was once again on the stop there, number 20 for the Friendswood Mustangs. So 2 great defensive efforts, and neither offense has been able to get the pot percolating yet.
Terrence White, the punter for Dickinson, punting from his own 5-yard line.
Yes, sir. We've got Page back at the 40, high end over, and finally it's going to be taken at the 35, brought up 40. Swings back to the 35, and he's going to be down there, and we've got flags a-flying, coaches. That was number 12 on the carry, Nick DeHoyos.
Charles Dickinson does a great job with Page. That was a long punt. He did a great job of coverage, and, of course, Page was the return man. And now, because the penalty will be tacked on 10 more yards. So instead of when you're punting from your 5-yard line and your opponents now take over on about the 25-yard line, that is a great job. Now, maybe there's more than one penalty. I see the officials huddle up in the middle of the field here. So let's see whether there's more than one penalty on the play.
Well,
I'm not quite sure why it takes so long for officials to figure out what's going on.
Well, certainly they're not discussing.
Now they're calling another official over to get the.
And they're not discussing dinner arrangements at Killen's.
No, they're not.
I don't think they're doing that. But in any case, the flag has been thrown in. Any time there's a hanky on the field, if Coach Biles is in the house too, there's hanky-panky. I have no doubt about that.
Well, let's see
what we got. They picked the flag up.
He picked the flag up?
Yes, sir, he did.
That's a nice break for Friendswood. Well, it looks like a pretty good block in the back. Now, they may have said the youngster turned his back because of the move that the punt return man made. They may have interpreted it that way.
Well, sir.
Still was a very good punt, though, by the Terrence White, because he's punting from his own 5-yard line, and the Mustangs are going to start off in their own territory. Now they're marking off the penalty.
It's going against Friendswood, and they'll mark it back to
he walked off a big 15.
Yep, they'll mark it back to the 27-yard line.
Shows the importance of special teams, Charles. Here's a team that's punting from deep in their own territory. And a great punt, added on the penalty, and the Friendswood is going to take over on their own 27-yard line. That's a big, big punt.
Well, sir, it's time for Tyler Page to see now if they can get their offense unleashed and the cooker lit, because neither team has done so yet. And we are now almost through a full quarter of play, Coach, and neither team has been able to get a handle on the other.
Big senior offensive on 6'1", 280-pounder, getting shoe changed.
Trips out far side, one to the near side. Motion man coming back to the near side. That's a shotgun snap for Page. He's going to hold on to the ball, duck around the near side, ducks loose, cuts out across the 40, out to the 49-yard line. I'm telling you, Coach, that kid, it looks like a bumblebee that's not supposed to fly, but boy, does he get the job done, and almost broke into open field territory.
He's a youngster. He's averaging 5.8 yards per carry. He's the offense. He does everything for the Mustang. The linebackers are going to have to concentrate on him and start making tackles.
Trips out far side, one near 1st and 10 for Friendswood. Again, motion man coming back to the near side. Page, this time hands off Barnes, plunges forward, picks up about 2 or 3. Waylon Hurst on the stop for the Gators.
Yeah, that's now the big offensive tackle. Number 77, Charles. Woo! Look at the size of that one, 280-pound senior.
And that's before a big bag of Halloween candy and Thanksgiving dinner, Coach.
Incredibly the size of the youngsters we're watching playing high school football nowadays.
That's unbelievable. Trips near 1 wide out far side. Page hands off again. Barnes, he might have the first down, Coach.
Short by about 2. Going to be short by about 2, I believe, Charles.
All right.
But so far, Friendswood offense has been doing a pretty good job.
Yes, sir, although the Dickinson Gator defense is nothing to sneeze at, and there is no score. Again, handoff Barnes, plunging around the far side. This time he might have gotten the first down.
Depends on the spot, Joe. Depends on the spot. The official come in from far side of the field, see what spot he does with it.
And for the Dickinson Gators,
looks like he did not make it.
Miles Mouton and Trevor Harmonson on the stop for the Gators. So still,
we're going to have another.
It's going to be 4th and 1.
Well, that's what it looks like, but now I guess they're going to have a timeout by the officials. I guess they're going to measure this one. Well, we'll see. Let's see what the measurement is.
Yeah, with that timeout, we would like to thank Cindy Nugent Di Palermo Real Estate. That's the Red Diamond lady. Call the Diamond Girl. Cindy Di Palermo. Red Diamond Realty, 281-468-6314. I graduated from Dickinson High School with Cindy Di Palermo, 281-468-6314. She's had integrity for all those years, although she's still a lot younger than I am. All right.
Charles is short, but the Mustangs are going to go for it. 4th down and inches. They are going to go for it.
Sometimes, Coach, you got your back against the wall. You got to throw the dice.
Well, first quarter.
Trips to the near side, 1 wide out to the far side.
I've got a feeling we might see Page keep this one.
I think so, too. He's
sneak
right
back
up under center, and it looks like that's what he'll do, Coach.
Trying to get him to jump off sides. He's trying to get them to jump off sides.
He's going to plunge around the far side, Coach. He gets that and more as he picks up 5 and gets down to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Friendswood Mustangs.
Well, good job. It's not around the quarterback sneak. He took like a step like he was, then went right to his left and found a little bit of opening. Pick up the first down. Friendswood doing a good job controlling the clock and running the ball.
However, they're at the 35, and neither team has penetrated further than that so far. And they didn't that time with a play-action effort that got them nowhere.
Keeper by Page, and he lost about 2 yards on the play.
He ran into number 72, Anitia Etuk. And all it took for Mr. Etuk was to stand there and not let him get past
They got to block that big nose guard in there for number 77, Keelan Otis. He is huge.
Otis Keelan, yes, sir. I'm going to tell you something. Shotgun snap, rolling near side, looking at how he reverses, Coach. He's going to get that first down. Cross down to the 25, near the 20-yard line. Now, you talk about cat-quick speed. He's literally stopped on a dime, turned right around, and veered the other way.
Along with a very fundamental mistake by the Gator defense, Charles. When a player rolls out the other side, somebody is responsible for the cutback or the run back. He was wide open, another first down.
Ball on the 25. That's going to be an inside handoff. Barnes from Page, still on his feet, Coach. He's going to get all the way to the 10-yard line. And for the first time in this game, somebody has gotten halfway to the goal line from the 20.
Well, so far the Mustangs have said, we don't care if you're undefeated. We're coming after you. You're on our backyard.
It's going to be a good one tonight, Coach.
Fourth and 10.
All right, that's going to be handoff again. Barnes, he's going to veer around the near side. 5 cuts back inside. He'll be dropped by Waylon Hurst at the 3-yard line. But it'll be first and goal from the 3, Coach.
That's close to another first down, Charles. He had first and it wasn't first and goal. It's going to be second down and
second and one,
but
at the 3.
Yeah, right, exactly right.
Okay. Oh, Dickinson Gators have not been scored on first this year yet.
Well, they're in trouble right now, it appears to be.
Well, they're in danger of being scored on first, but I don't know if they're in trouble.
They got time. There's 17 seconds on the play clock.
First quarter is almost over, though. And it'll be the Friendswood Mustangs lining up, Coach. Offset I formation. And it's going to be Page. Inside handoff, and Coach, he does not get into the pay station.
No, that's going to be could very well be the end of the first quarter, Charles, with the clock. There's only 19 seconds on the game clock, and depends on whether Coach wants to wait and try to get it. I think he's going to wait. It's going to be the end of the first quarter, Charles. Nothing first quarter.
Well, that was Barnes once again trying to get in, but not quite, and he was stopped right at the line by Darius Lazard, number 99 for the Dickinson Gators. That is the end of the first quarter of play. We'll take this time out. You're listening to CMC High School Football tonight on AM 950 KPRC.
Arlen's Market, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. Owner Ames Arlen always aims to please his customers. Family owned and operated for over 20 years with locations from Seabrook to San Antonio, there's bound to be a location in your hometown. Online at arlensmarket.com. LaPorte Mitsubishi on 146 between Spencer and Fairmont and LaPorte, where Larry Garza's team has the same mission as the teams on the field: trust, integrity, and respect. Come see the 2016 Mitsubishi, America's best running affordable luxury car. Online at smartchoicelaporte.net. Flex Oil Services in Channelview is proud to help secure Houston's and America's future through advanced petrochemical and industrial technology. Proud supporters of high school football, contact Flex Oil Services today. Online at flexofs.com.
Okay, the Friendswood Mustangs and the Dickinson Gators are tied at 0, but the Friendswood Mustangs are threatening to get off the Schneider first. The ball will be spotted at the 2-yard line, but it's still 3rd and 1.
They can make a first down and be for goal.
And the Dickinson Gators, who have not been scored on first this year, are facing that possible inevitability at this point.
I got a feeling we're going to see Page on the keeper, Charles.
Yes, sir. And he is an extremely impressive performing quarterback. Not to look at, but when you watch him perform, he gets the job done. That's all that counts. Under center, takes the snap. He's holding on to the ball, bootlegs it into the end zone. It's caught.
Oh, great job.
And it's a touchdown.
Play action pass. Great call by the coaching staff. Everybody in the stadium was expecting a running play. They faked the running play, and Page rolled out to his right. Simple little pitch and kiss, and the Mustangs draw first blood.
Yes, sir. That's going to be Calvin Whitaker, who received the ball in the end zone for the Friendswood Mustangs. And, Coach, it's 6-0 with the PAT to follow.
I was laughing, Charles. One of the big offensive linemen.
You're always laughing.
Mustang come running across the field and high jumped, and one of the coaches tried to hip block each other's feet. They knocked each other down. It was funny.
Well, the PAT is G-double-O-D good, and we have a 7-0 score. Friendswood on top of the Dickinson Gators in this important 24-6A contest, as we thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen. They include Joe Cook Nationwide. Insurance Nationwide is on your side. 281-488-4485. Joe Cook Nationwide. It's U.S. Golf and Games. Phone 713-943-2299 with indoor batting cages, putt-putt golf for Coach Biles, and for our friends like Gerald Sanchez and Al Farm. We've got all kinds of bumper cars outside. Dr. Davis would probably find himself out there too. And we thank the Cake Lady Bakery, located in Friendswood, and my friend Grant Gerard, carrying on a family tradition since 1974. The Cake Lady Bakery, and Gulf Coast Educators Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, GCEFCU.org on the World Wide Web. All right, Mustangs have it teed up on the top post, going right to left.
Charles, that was a sophomore running back who caught that touchdown pass, number 44, Calvin Whitaker.
Yes, sir.
5'10", 200-pound pounder. Made a fake like he was going to hit the end, but then rolled out in the flats and touchdown.
Yes, sir, as reported. High end over end. Going deep. It'll be taken at the 5, brought up 10, 15, 20, cut back inside to the 22. Not any further, however. And that is indeed Jordan Myers, who has been very, very much watched by the Mustangs on film all week long.
The Mustangs doing exactly what we said that they needed to do to win the football game. Had to control the ball on offense, which they've done, and stop the running game of Jordan Myers. They've done that so far.
We got a lot of football game left, Coach. As the Gators now will square up on the top post, moving left to right, offset eye, one wide near and far. Baines rolling to the near side. This kid's a good one. It's going to be caught on a little rollout. Down to 35, cut back 40. Back to the 50, cut back inside to the 40. And 45, almost to the 40, to the 43-yard line. So a little rollout pattern, Coach, for the Dickinson Gators, taken and caught by Roylane Olivier. And he rolls out into Friendswood territory. Quickly, Baines. Hands off far side, Coach, and getting out and getting into the open. The Dickinson Gators get down 20, still on their feet. Cut back inside, down to the 10-5, touchdown. You can't keep them down forever, Coach.
2 plays, touchdown. They answered that touchdown, didn't they? Wow.
Yes, sir. That was not Jordan Myers on the carry, by the way. The Dickinson Gators, that's Jacoby Fowler.
Yes, sir. Completed pass, play action pass, and didn't take no time for the Gators. Maybe they got woken up by that touchdown.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You know, you've got 2 great teams, but the Gators certainly are one of those 2 great teams. So it's 7-6 now. The Gators will attempt their PAT. Game has certainly come to life here. It's come on along with the power right before the game. The snap is down. The kick is up.
And the extra point is up and good.
It's G-double-O-D good.
So you can say what? They scored. They scored.
Well, they sure did. I don't think either team has scored their last touchdown tonight either. As we've got a 7-7 tie game and a real good one here at Henry Winston Stadium. Charles McCullough here with you, thanking Daniel Gage and all of the staff at Sheer Pleasure for Men. Sheer Pleasure at 904 South Friendswood Drive is proud to salute the Friendswood Mustangs. And I'll tell you what, especially even for Coach Biles or Dr. David Davis, we give pedicures for men. They'll particularly love that. Phone 281-482-3381 at Sheer Pleasure for Men. And, of course, we primarily do ladies, too.
Well, we get a good ball game, Charles, but that is exactly what we were concerned about, the Mustang defense giving up easy touchdowns, and that certainly was an easy touchdown. 2 plays, and they went 80 yards and scored. Now they just see one of these defenses is going to take charge, and that'll be the team that will wind up winning the football game. Big kickoff here by George Gonzalez, the big old man who kicked for the
Dickinson Gators.
Ball
spotted on the near railroad ties. 40-yard line, having trouble keeping it on the tee.
A little bit of wind blowing down there.
Yeah, got some wind out there.
But it's not blowing north-south, it's kind of blowing east and west, crossfield wind.
Yes, sir. Getting some help from the referee tonight. Got a good one next week, too. At Sam Vitanza and Dickinson, it'll be the Clear Creek Wildcats at the Gators. That will be an outstanding football game. And we'll have that action for you right here on AM 950 KPRC Houston. Again, the ball falls off the tee.
Right, they're going to have one of the youngsters hold it. And that's what they'll do. Number 17, we're going to hold the ball.
Yes,
Blake
sir.
Carlisle. Well, he does everything.
Blake Carlisle is 5-tool player for these Dickinson Gators.
He's a outstanding athlete.
Yes, sir.
Linebacker, tight end.
Now it's Roy Lane Olivier, the kid that just scored the touchdown for the Dickinson Gators. He's going to come over and hold the ball. We're tied up 7-7. 11:20 to go in the first half of play. And it's the Gators and the Mustangs. And they'll try to keep that ball on the tee this time.
Well, official didn't.
Official came out and gave one more.
No, I told him to bring his leg back inside. He was straddled the kickoff yard line. He made him bring his leg back inside.
And here we go. There's a pretty good end over end. Be taken down at the 15-yard line. Do we have a reverse? No. Yes, we do. Coming around the far side.
Good coverage by the Gators. They're going to start it. Mustang's going to start back inside their 20-yard line, I believe. We're pretty close to that area.
Yes, sir. Page, and then handling off to De Hoyos, but the Gators were right there. Red beans on rice. Ball spot at the 20-yard line. 7-7 is our score. The Friendswood Mustangs, coach, they're used to making 80-yard drives too. So it's going to be a lot of the success of the Mustangs from here on out. I think it's going to be dependent on how high octane their offense can load themselves and get fired. Fire on all pistons. If they can do that, they can take on any defense around the area. All right, trying to bounce outside, coach. Holding on to the ball in the process, though.
Baked inside, come the outside. The key to keeping a team from getting to the outside, Charles, the outside contained man has got to keep his outside shoulder, arm, and leg free. Don't let the blockers. If they get you hooked a little bit, there's no help. When you force them back to the inside, defense did a great job. 2nd and 10 on Page.
That was Page on the keeper, yes. All right, Page once again. This time he's going to keep it once again. He's going to veer around the far side, maybe pick up 2 or 3, but the Gators seem to be keying on him, Coach, just a little bit better than they have been.
The linebackers paying a lot more attention to him since the first quarter than they have right now. 3rd down play here now for the Mustangs. Going to be 3rd down about 5, Charles, here.
Tristan Anderson, number 58, and Joseph Shields, number 50. Slam the door.
I think it's a big play for the Mustangs. They don't want to get scored on, give them 3 and out, and give it right back to Dickinson.
Ball's on the 25. 3rd down and 4 from the near railroad ties. Twins near, 1 out to the far side. Page in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Barnes is blocking back. Throws a good one, but he's going to air it out on the post. It's incomplete out near the 40.
So, exactly what the coaches don't want to have happen. The team just scored on you. They punt to or kick off to you. You're 3 and out, and you're going to give ball right back to that hot offense.
He threw a bullet out to Reed Royer, but it was just a little bit too hot to handle. So 7-7 is our score, and the Gators are going to get it back with good field position. Coach Jordan Myers all alone at the Gator 43-yard line. It's almost blocked. He does get it off, and it'll be a fair catch call for this time by Myers.
But get great field position. Dickinson's going to start off on their own 43-yard line.
The Dickinson Gators. Coach, they have been rolling up some points.
Well, they scored awful quick the last time. Let's see whether the Mustang defense now going to have to rise to the occasion after that 2-play 80-yard touchdown drive. They cannot afford to let this high-powered Dickinson offense go in and score again here.
Gators have been rolling up points against a variety of opponents. They have not scored less than 42 in the entire year, have scored as high as 60 plus. Trips near, nobody out to the far side. Baines hands off Myers, and he's going to be tackled. That's a nice, clean tackle with only a yard gain to go with it, and well done.
Yeah, the linebackers for the Mustangs are just keeping their eye. They're not worried about anybody except Jordan Myers.
Right, that was Ian Jones, 6 foot, 265-pound defensive tackle that saddlebagged him right then and there at the line of scrimmage.
So far in this ball game, they have really done a great job containing Myers. He's been held with much less yardage than ever done all year.
Yes, sir, especially to this point. Trips out to the far side, 1 to the near side. Myers blocking back, set to
Ocean
the left.
in the ocean.
And looks like we'll have a
5-yard penalty.
5 yards subtracted from the Dickinson Gator ledger. They'll bring it back.
Ball start against the Gators. Move back 5 yards.
Charles McCulley along with Coach Ed Miles. Proud to have you on board with us tonight, friends. AM 950 KPRC Houston. And Gators dressed in white tops, blue numbers, blue trousers. The Friendswood Mustangs the exact reverse. Blue tops, white numbers, white trousers. And we have a tie ball game, 7-7.
Very quiet crowd, Charles.
Yes,
For
sir.
a game that's this important so far.
Trips far, twins near. Rolling far side, Baines looking. He's in trouble, and he's going down. That's about a 5-yard drop back. And that's the kind of defensive performance the Friendswood Mustangs are going to want to have to execute all night long tonight, Coach. As
that's a big key, I think, series of downs. The Mustang did so far. First 2 downs, they've done a great job. Third down at about 16.
Yes, sir. As the Friendswood
You got
Mustangs.
Myers in the backfield. Usually they put him out at the slot in these situations. He's in the backfield. Probably a good time maybe for a little screen pass trying to get the ball at Mr. Myers.
Yes, sir. Ian Jones and company had gotten in there on the sack. Shotgun snap, and we've got play action stopped. We may have a little motion in the ocean once again. Or perhaps a timeout.
Fundamental mistakes. Dickens Gators made some mistakes we haven't seen him make in these earlier games, Charles.
A delay of game penalty, indeed. That'll bring it back. Just a few more.
And what I had just said, they had called a huddle. That was what they were going to fake the play. And there was a screen pass to Myers back to the left over there, but they showed it a little bit. Let's see whether they continue with that same type play. But the Mustangs ought to be wide awake for that right now.
Twins to the near side. In the shotgun with Myers is blocking back Baines. Low snap rolling near side. Quick handoff is slanting to the other side is going to be Myers to try to smoke out that Friendswood D, but he didn't quite succeed. And he's still short of the original line of scrimmage, Coach.
Well, that's what you call a roll out and draw. They rolled out to the right. Myers just sat in his normal halfback position. When the quarterback got there, he gave the ball to him, tried to run the draw back to the left side, but the Friendswood Mustangs defensive coach has done a good job preparing their defense for this game. 4th down and another punting situation.
You know, one thing I'm surprised to not have seen yet is DeLon Baines for Dickinson. He is a very effective ball carrier, but he has not taken a page out of Page's book for Friendswood and run the ball himself yet. High end over end punt. That's a fantastic punt. Ooh, boy, I'll tell you.
Well, that's about a 50-yard punt, Charles. Fair catch, and Mustangs going to take over, but they're back inside their 20-yard line, probably in about the 15, 16-yard line. We've had 6 punts in this ball game so far, Charles.
Yes, sir, and both teams have scored once. We've got 7-11. There's a lucky roll of the Las Vegas dice for Coach Biles. Everything else that Coach Biles has done in Vegas is staying in Vegas. However, we do have a 7-7 score. No comment from Coach Biles, so we'll move on.
Well, I was just trying to think. 7-11, that's a crap game. I don't usually play craps.
Coach, that's the only way that you can get 2 interjections like you described them in on the... Anyway, coming around the near side, Page is in trouble, can't find anybody open, but this kid knows how to scramble the eggs and everything else, and he still is able to get out for a 6-yard carry.
That's a running back. He's acting like a quarterback. He's a running back, Charles. He's looking to run most of the time. He's carried the ball probably about 12 times already in this ball game.
That kid's a general on that field, Coach, and if things are going wrong for breakfast at his house, he'll get down, scramble the eggs, get in the backfield, scramble, and before you know it, he'll get a touchdown.
You got to keep a quarterback like that in the pocket, make him throw the ball downfield. Don't let him get to the outside because he can run.
He leads by example down on the field. I'm very impressed with this kid. So, looking over to the sideline to see what Coach Copeman might have in store. Twins near, one twin out far side. We've got...
They ran the ball on the right side. Not much of a gain. It's going to be a 3rd down situation for the Mustangs. They're lining up like they want to run quick, but the coaches is calling these plays from the sideline. I think we're going to have a timeout by Friendswood, Charles.
That was Barnes on the carry. And with that timeout, we'll take it with them. We're tied up 7-7 with 6:46 to go in the first half of play. You're listening to CMC High School Football tonight on AM 950 KPRC.
McLean Trailers, where Britton McLean and his staff carry on a 40-year tradition in the design of construction of boat trailers. Located on Coward Street in downtown Houston. Call McLean Trailers today at 713-675-2761 for McLean Trailers. McCree Ford on the Gulf Freeway South at 517 in Dickinson, where CEO Mitchell Dale carries on two things that cannot be coached: integrity and ethics. Call McCree Ford today, 281-337-1529, or online at McCreeFord.com. Coastal Eye Associates with 5 Clear Lake and Pearland area locations. Dr. Gregory T. Clearday will help you to see clear as day with Texas' best combination of optometrists and ophthalmologists. Call 281-488-7213. Gay Family Auto, located at 646 in Gulf Freeway in Dickinson, where 90-year young Marie Gay will walk right across the dealership and sell you a car. Come on down I-45 to Gay Family Auto. We're not far from wherever you are at GayFamilyAuto.com.
Well, Coach Ed Biles, player momentarily being tended to. We're thankful to the Lord indeed that 99% of the time those turn out to be rather innocent situations, relatively speaking. They like to take their time and look the players over.
Charles, that was an interesting follow-up you did on an injury in last week's ball game where you came back and put on Facebook about the fact that that youngster was okay. We'll compliment you on that.
Thank you for saying that, Coach. That was Malik Brown, actually, wide receiver for the Brazoswood Buccaneers. They stretchered him off the field, and it looked very serious, but it turned out he had a sprained neck. He's in good shape, and I believe he's off this week, be back next week. He was fine. They released him the next day after
Very
observation.
good. Well, you did a nice job following up so the people who listen to the game who may have wondered what happened to him. You explained it perfectly with it. Well, we got a 7-7 ball game. We anticipated a little bit more scoring than this.
We did, right here on AM 950 KPRC Houston. However, something tells me, Coach, we haven't seen the last score in this game.
Well, the other thing that's amazed me a little bit about the ball game so far, we got a big rivalry here, but the crowd is kind of subdued or quiet or whatever, however you want to say it. We haven't had a lot of yelling and standing up on their feet, and of course we haven't had many penalty calls, so they haven't gotten on officials yet.
We've seen one hanky-panky, Ed Biles hanky-panky flag that's been thrown.
We have not had many, but it's a very, like I said, a quiet crowd. Unusual for a rivalry like we have here.
And what's particularly unusual about that, Coach, is the fact that it's not like there is not a crowd here. The stands are packed.
Yeah,
We've got the blue and white Gators on the far side and the blue and white Mustangs right here on this side. Well, I'll tell you what, timeout continues down below. We'll take another break. We're tied 7-7, the Dickinson Gators here at Friendswood with 6:46 to go in the second quarter of play. Look for a great halftime show, too. We're going to have Dr. David Davis on as a halftime guest. He's going to be on with us, and we haven't even told him he is yet. But anyway, we'll be right back with more right after we remind you that you're listening to AM 950 KPRC Houston.
Cars by Fitz, located at FM 2351, right next door to Clearbrook High School, where late mint condition pre-owned vehicles await your high school senior. Call them today, 281-992-4880 or carsbyfitz.com. Don't let the building fool you. Killen's is an upscale steakhouse right in the heart of Pearland and the only restaurant in town serving Allen Brothers USDA prime beef. Chef Ronnie Killen graduated from Le Cordon Bleu Culinary University in Paris, and his hand-cut steaks are cooked to perfection on a state-of-the-art infrared broiling system that seals in the natural juices of the steak, creating a melt-in-your-mouth experience. Texas Monthly was right. Killen's is the #1 steakhouse in Texas, 2804 South Main in Pearland. Call for your reservations now, 281-485-0844. Houston Partners Real Estate, helping build new homes in Pearland and businesses in Clear Lake. South Shore to New Heights with the best residential and commercial contracting and real estate sales. Call Connie Dando at 713-951-9300 or visit them online at hpr-llc.com. Moody National Bank, voted 14 straight years the best bank in Galveston County and in Southeast Texas by readers of the Galveston Daily News. At Moody National Bank, we strive to earn the confidence and trust of our customers by providing superior service with a personal touch and still do business the old-fashioned way with honor and integrity. Moody National Bank has 19 locations in Galveston, Brazoria, and Southeast Harris counties. Online at moodybank.com. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. This portion of tonight's game is brought to you by the Post newspaper, Christian-owned and operated by publisher David Day, Galveston County's news source and now the official newspaper of League City, and by Dixie Lock and Dixie Security Solutions, Broadway and Park Place at the Gulf Freeway in Houston at the South Loop, where since 1974, banks and petrochemical industries have relied on the most advanced technology of the age in terms of corporate security. And for homeowners, Dixie Lock has the old-fashioned combination safes, all of which are bomb-proof at 713-643-5767. Online at DixieLock.com. This portion of tonight's game is brought to you by HEB in Texas' newest and largest location on Highway 96, next door to Clear Falls High School in League City, where families always depend on stupendous selections and incredible specials daily, and always for things that matter the most in a household. We are your HEB, where here everything's better. And by Etheridge Real Estate, located in Texas City at Palmer Highway, where Wild Bill Etheridge, his wife Carol, and all their staff offer the best listings in Galveston County for both residential and commercial property. Call 409-948-1788. Online at EtheridgeRealEstate.com. In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL.
Winston Stadium is the location. We had a delay in the game with a young man being tended to down on the field. I'm quite certain, as last week, everything is going to be fine in the Lord's grace, but we've got other interesting
I got a score for you here, Charles. We've got the Clear Creek High School Wildcats at halftime with a 21-6 lead over the Clear Spring Chargers. And
now that's a good game.
Another score we got here, the Brazos Wood Buccaneers, 28 in the second quarter, 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. They are ahead of the Clear Lake Falcons, 28-14.
Well, the Brazos Wood Buccaneers trying to see if they can capture a win. You know, 24-6A, which includes the Friendswood Mustangs and the Dickinson Gators, coach. 4 teams going to the playoffs, so that's a lot of inventory.
Brazos Wood has got beat by both these teams, though. Dickinson beat them 42-7 last week, and earlier in the year, Friendswood beat the Brazos Wood 34-20.
More scores coming in.
Oh, my goodness, look at Dawson High School. Dawson High School Eagles in the second quarter, 5 minutes remaining, 56. Pasadena Eagles, nothing. That ought to be a TKO. They should have some rule. 56-0 with 5 minutes to go. That's not fair to the youngsters.
Well, that's like they're both Eagles. The Pasadena Eagles and the Dawson Eagles.
One Eagle's flying and one's not.
You got an American bald eagle taking on another kind of eagle there. But,
well, I'll tell you what, those Pasadena schools are just not able to compete against the Fort Bend County schools. Wow.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, you have mentioned, and we've talked about this a little bit before, it's kind of an interesting year this year, and it started a trend building toward this predicament in the last couple of years where you really have a lot of districts with some haves and some have-nots.
That's exactly what we've been seeing and seen me all year, but it's just amazing how the teams out here, Pearland, Manville, the Dawson Eagles, how they're just annihilating some of these teams from the Pasadena area.
But yet one of those teams will get a 4th spot, perhaps say Memorial or Dobie, for instance.
Yeah, they won't be in there very long, then.
But Dobie, they play competitively. We've seen them, they'll handle their own for about a quarter and a half, but then there's a depth factor that comes in when you play a team like Manville with 66 players on their roster. 11 of whom are signees to NCAA blue chip programs.
A lot of youngsters in this area are getting good scholarship to big-time universities.
Yes, sir. Well, the recap of the game so far that we've seen, Coach, is Friendswood and Dickinson. We're taking an extended timeout now. We have an official timeout indeed, so a lot of other things we can talk about around the way here.
Well, talking about things we're talking about, Charles, just looking at the top recruits from around this area, and you got the quarterback from Manville, King. He's already committed to TCU. Dickinson, Blake Carlisle, who's out here playing tonight, 6'3". He's going to SMU. And Manville, of course, has got Myers committed to TCU. They've got Norwalk, the fine offensive lineman, 6'5", 291 going to TCU, 6'4", 305 going to Missouri. Over there in Highlands, we got Hightower Anderson is a defensive lineman, 6 foot, 295-pounder. Manville Glasgow, a big defensive lineman, 6'3", 225. He's going to Houston. Westfield's got an outstanding quarterback who's going to Arizona State. One of the youngsters from Channelview. You're talking about the football in this area, how good it is. Channelville's quarterback, 6'3", going to Alabama. We're looking at the running back from Tuscaloosa, 6'1", 210-pound, committed to Colorado. We're looking at a kid from wide receiver, Quantinary Davis, A&M, committed to A&M. Devon Dickinson, a Navasota wide receiver, committed to Texas. We've got wide receiver from Straight Jesuit. Straight Jesuit, a good football team, 6'4", 200-pounder, going to Boston College. Jordan Myers, who we're talking about in this ball game here tonight, from Dickinson, committed to Rice. What a great pickup that they are picking up. Crosby's got a youngster by the name of Murphy, who's an offensive lineman, 6'2", 295. He's committed to University of Houston. And defensive lineman, Glasgow from Manville, headed to Houston. We got the Stratford defensive lineman, Alex Miller, 6'3", 270, going to Northwestern. Lorenzo Neal from St. Thomas, he's committed to Utah. Ed Oliver's played out at Westfield, good program. And, University of Houston doing a good job of getting some of this local talent. This youngster, 6'2", 277, headed to Houston. Linebackers, we got one from Cypress Falls, Baldwin, going to Missouri. Brooks from Stratford, he's headed to Texas Tech. Hattie Fisher from Katy, 6'2", 220-pound linebacker. He's headed to Northwestern. Clifton Lewis, a linebacker from Hightower, headed to TCU. Robert Revels from Reagan High School, 6'3", 230-pounder. He's headed to Tulsa. Cy Ranch, got a youngster by the name of Stringer, headed to Texas Tech. Looking at defensive backs, Chandler from Hightower, he's a good one, 5'11". He's headed to Louisiana Tech. D'Angelo Ellis from Cy Ranch, headed to Rice University. Klein Oak, Jael King, 6'2", 175-pound defensive back, headed over to Houston. King from Klein Oak. Eric Monroe from North Shore, he's headed defensive back, headed to LSU. We got another youngster from Katy, Travis Whitlock, headed to Northwestern. Kicker, Brandon Mann from Cy-Fair, he's headed to Texas A&M. Athletes, we talk about athletes, we're talking about youngsters who may wind up playing different positions than they played in high school. You look at the athletes in the area, we got a youngster by the name of Adrian Hardy from Decaney, 6'3", 185-pounder, plays offense, plays defense. He's headed to Oklahoma. We got Bayside Long from North Shore, 6'3", 220-pounder, an athlete, committed to Kansas. Arizona State, picking up from Fort Bend Marshall. He's a 6'2", 179-pounder. He's headed to Arizona State. Jeremy Smith. So you got a lot of youngsters around this area who are headed to big-time football program. We got an extended timeout for the injury down on the field there, Charles, and rightfully so. They're taking their time to make the. When you get a leg injury, they have now what they place around it and inflate it and keep it from moving at all.
Yes, sir, and thank goodness it looks as if a young man is being tended to, and we pray in the Lord's name he's going to be fine, and in almost every case he is, and we look for a positive report, which we'll bring you on our CMC Facebook page tomorrow or a little later, even this evening. I want to thank Team Mancuso South Power Sports, your home of Kawasaki on the Gulf Freeway South at Lamarck. Muscle Cars by Vinny Del Bello over in Alvin near Business 35 and 517. We've got those 1964 Mustang cars that Coach Ed Biles used to drive, I'm certain, all up and down the state of Ohio. Want to thank Curtis Cooper Real Estate. Phone 713-806-9576. Curtis Cooper Real Estate. Proud to salute our Friendswood and area youth on a job well done. Christian Brothers Automotive in Friendswood is proud to salute the Mustangs. Christian Brothers Automotive. We're Christian and we're gentlemen, and we'll treat you the same way. And it's Tottenberry's Daycare Center in Pearland with Christian Daycare for your children. It's Tottenberry's Daycare. Contact Amy Tottenberry, Tottenberry'sDaycare.com. And we're set to get back underway, Coach, with 6:46 to go.
3rd and 5
in the second period of play.
Mustangs in their own territory. Big third down for them here, Charles. 6:46 to go, 7-7 ball game.
Yes, sir. And Page.
See what Page should come up with.
In the pistol formation, shotgun looking. He'll tuck the ball and run it or chunk it. And
Hit
he
the
does.
ground. Hit the ground. Hit the ground. It'll be incomplete punting situation.
It was Ramirez, the attempted reception of that ball, but they'll have to retool it again. 4th down and 5 now, Coach, and they will punt it away or give the appearance of doing so just the same, as Myers will sidle up at the Dickinson 45-yard line. I'll tell you what, it's just a matter of time before Myers busts loose, Coach. They can't keep a good man down forever.
But they've been punting the ball high and haven't given him a chance.
Here's a high end over end. Myers has caught a fair catch last couple of times.
Doesn't need to because it's so short, Charles. They're going to start out. Again, there's the respect for Jordan Myers. High kick, very short. And the Gators are going to start in the Mustangs' territory about the 49-yard line.
That's not good news for a defense when you've got a high-octane offense like Dickinson in your territory for starters.
Well, it shows you the respect that these football teams, we've watched this now, this Jordan Myers, we've seen him take some punt returns, kickoff return for a touchdown. So if you're a coach, you're going to say, wait a minute, let's not let this youngster beat us with kickoff return. We'll try to make him signal for a fair catch. And so far it was a short kick, but to give the opponents good field position.
Okay, the Gators will break Oliver to the near side, one out far side. It's going to be handed off Myers. He's going to try to get around the near side, and he does not. Gets to the 45-yard line, does pick up 5, but that's a healthy tackle by the Friendswood Mustangs. Coach number 32, Zach Follis.
All right, going to be picked up 5 yards on the play though. All right, second now they get slot formation to the left, I formation, 2 tight ends. Here they go.
Offset I, fullback left, Leland Young, but it'll be Myers following Young, Coach. He gets right into a blue brick wall of Friendswood Mustangs, maybe picks up 3.
Going to be, I think, about a yard short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 clock moving. Under 6 minutes here in the second quarter with a 7-7 football game.
And Zach Follis once again on the stop for the Friendswood Mustangs shooting
3rd
again.
about 1.
3rd down and 1 indeed. This time,
Look
hand
out.
off far side's got the first down, busting loose, 30 down to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. You cannot keep a good man down forever, and that is Jordan Myers.
41-yard touchdown run by Jordan Myers. That is his 20th touchdown run by the year running the football. Boy, like you said, he's got a couple receiving, so he's scored about 23 touchdowns so far this year. You said it, you can't keep him down the whole ball game.
Just like the music group Alabama can't keep a good man down when it comes to Jordan Myers. That's absolutely the truth. So,
Extra point. Down.
Gonzalez, snap is down and the kick is up.
And it's G-double-O good.
It
14-7. Dickinson Gators take over with 5:25 here in the second quarter. Well, maybe there was a penalty on the play, Charles. Let's see what the officials are talking about. Talking something over down here now. It may not be official yet. That point was good.
Yep, they've still got 13 on the tote board, but it's a 13-7.
Well, he made it, but
Dickinson
now
lead.
maybe the officials hadn't had the ball ready for play. Let's see what the official signals are.
AM 950 KPRC Houston.
Well, they're saying that. Mustang was offsides. I don't know why they didn't accept the point.
Well,
maybe it was pre-snap. Maybe it was a pre-snap situation, but they're going to kick it again.
so Gonzalez up the snap down. And the kick is up. And this time it is good again.
Still 14-0.
And it is 14-7. And the Dickinson Gators take another big bite out of Winston Stadium. We'll take this time out. You're listening to CMC High School Football tonight on AM 950 KPRC.
In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
14-7, Coach. Now the Gators will tee it up with Gonzalez. Ball spotted at 40-yard line on the near post. And they'll boot it left to right, and it's going to be De Hoyos and Page back deep at the 5-yard line for the Friendswood Fighting Mustangs to keep pace with the Gators. There's a line drive bullet. It'll be taken by De Hoyos at the 15, brought up 20. Out 25, near to the 30-yard line, out perhaps to the, 35.
Well, that's the lightning we've seen now, Charles. The games we've seen the Gators play. This night particular, 80 yards on 2 play, Myers on 1 running play. They have that ability to score for any place on the field.
Yes, sir, and with multiple personnel.
Well, I think this is a huge series here for Friendswood.
Yes, it
Remember, Dickinson won the toss. They deferred their choice to the second half, so they will get the ball to start the second half.
Yes, sir. Jordan Myers with 1 80-yard carry. Roylene Olivier with an 80-yard carry for the Dickinson Gators after a pass reception. All right. Twins near 1 wide out far side. It's going to be Page. Motion man going back to the far side. Now coming back again. Page takes the shotgun snap. He's going to hold on to the ball. Bounce outside. This kid's cat quick. We mentioned it. Cuts back inside 40 after coming to a dead stop. This kid is unbelievable. Gets the first down and 10, Coach, for the Friendswood Mustangs.
And Youngster's got more moves than the disco dancer.
I'll tell you what, Coach. First, got more moves than you do in the press box. We see you dancing to some of the songs you sing, karaoke style. 1 wide out far side, Twins near shotgun snap, and it's going to be Page again. Kind of a miniature quarterback draw, if you will. Picks up about 4 yards.
I think this is a smart move here by the Friendswood coaching staff. Taking their time, want to pick up some first down, hopefully get a score right before the half so the Gators don't have the chance to get their hands back on the ball.
Good point. They'll get a possible opportunity to tie the game, potentially, and go to halftime and size things up again with a potential tie. That is a good strategy. Problem is the Dickinson Gators have a defense that can spoil that kind of plan. Trips out far side, 1 near. Now we've got, again,
keeper by Page. Lost on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Page got awfully optimistic and ambitious and probably carried the ball 1 too many times on that drive.
Well, the linebackers paying a lot of attention. You know, Charles, this interests me. That Jordan Myers has got, this is the 8th ball game, and he's got 22 touchdowns. That's averaging better than 2 touchdowns a game. Almost 3 touchdowns a game, youngsters averaging.
Yes, sir. By
Big
the way,
3rd down play for the Mustangs.
Waylon Hurst, by the way, on the tackle for the Gators that time on the sack. Twins near 5-yard drop back looking, and Page, he's going to get stacked and juked down. Big 7-yard loss. And
well, that's a big defensive play by the Gators. There's still plenty of time. They're going to get the ball with about 3 minutes or so remaining in the first half when their ability to score. Look out.
Justin Grigg got in there, shot the gap, and again slammed the door in the backfield on a very talented Page. So now the Mustangs will have to turn the ball back over to the Gators. It's almost blocked again. Big
look out.
punt.
He's got some room.
Myers has it at the 30. He's going to try to juke, jive, cuts back inside, takes it to the 38-yard line. But A nice tackle in the open field by number 42 for Friendswood that kept him from getting a lot more, Coach, Mr. Carney Lynch.
Charles, this youngster's got great confidence in his hands. He is not afraid to catch that ball on punts when there's a couple of his opponents right around him. You just don't see that a lot in a high school youngster. Boy, Rice has got a fine youngster coming to play football for them.
Yes, sir. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. 14-7, the Dickinson Gators with a lead over the Friendswood Mustangs. Want to remind you, last week the Gators.
There's plenty of time, Charles. They got 3 minutes and they've got 3 timeouts remaining.
Got a little bit of a slow start against the Brazoswood Buccaneers, but they really opened it up in the second half. All right, Twins out far side, slot man moving right.
Bad fumble.
And he's going to get the ball, but Coach, the ball might be on the carpet.
Yeah, it was. Bad snap from the center.
That was Rolane Olivier rolling to the far side, but he did not have control of the pumpkin, Coach, during this Halloween season.
They're going to lose a couple on the play. Second down and 12. Clock is running.
That's the worst snap from scrimmage for the Gators so far.
You don't see them make many mistakes, fundamental mistakes like that.
And they definitely hurt themselves that time. And
I think they're going to be a little conservative, Charles, because Coach Nelson realized they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter when they've got the lead.
Yes, sir. Good point. All right, 5-yard drop back. DeLon Baines. He's going to launch a rope. No! It's down on the carpet. His passing arm was definitely knocked and rocked and rolled, and number 11 got in there for the Friendswood Mustangs, Mr. Cade Rennie.
Charles, I think
and he recovers the fumble.
The Mustangs recovered the fumble. Wow, is that a big turn of events?
So Cade Rennie, that's Amy Rennie's son. She's the athletic secretary.
Plenty of time with that turnover for the Mustangs. They've got 3 timeouts. Ball's on the 28-yard line. They are threatening to score.
With 2:21 to go in the second period of play. So we've got an exciting football game here, Coach, and you mentioned it. The chances for the Friendswood Mustangs to keep pace with the Gators in this first half, we're going to depend on a big defensive effort. They just got that, as prophesied by Coach Miles. A stack of quads out to the far side, one to the near side. All alone is going to be Page. He's as capable of passing and might have defensive
offsides, I believe, against the...
Could be against the Gators. Charles McCullough here with you along with Coach Ed Miles. That's going to go against the Mustangs, though.
Yeah, number 14, I think, just jumped off sides. Tyrese Whitemar, one of their better defensive linemen, jumped off sides.
But called off or motioned off by the Friendswood offensive line. So
no, they changed it. It's motion.
A penalty against
by the Friendswood offense makes it 1st and 15.
Penalty against Friendswood. Trips out far side, now quads by one of the near side.
4 receivers to the right, Charles. That's unusual.
Right. Now it's going to be a quick flare out on the near
That's
side.
That's a backward pass.
And goodness gracious, the Gators all over it. Red Beans on Rice almost picked up the ball in their own right.
The ball went out of bounds. That was a backward throw, Charles. It had to go out of bounds. Otherwise, it would have been Dickinson ball. There's a big loss on that play. The quarterback they had 4 receivers stacked out to the right. The quarterback wanted to throw the ball to the guy who was going to run it, but it was a backward pass, and so it's a fumble, so to speak, out of bounds. And now it's going to be about 24 yards for the first down.
Yes, sir. 2nd and 24 to be exact. Ball spotted on the 42-yard line. Twins near and Twins out far side. Shotgun snap. Page hands off to number 29 who slants out far side. Coach, this kid's got some running room. He'll get to the original line and 4 positive yardage to go with it.
Yeah, it's a big, huge play there. Great play by the Mustangs to be down 3rd down now, and they're in field goal territory also here.
Now that was Dylan Frisky who got off to a frisky run there, Coach.
3rd down and maybe about 6 or 7.
So that's all you need is one good offensive play, a good defensive play to get
a huge play right here, Charles, for both teams.
Get the ball back to your offense, and then a good offensive play to get you back in the mix. Rolling near side, it's going to be dumped out near side. Coach Ed complete.
Now you got a decision to make. How much confidence you got in your field goal kicker? Ball's on about the 25-yard line. 35 be about a 42-yard kick. Too long. They're going to go for it.
Nick Swaney, the intended
4th
receiver.
and 7. Big play for the Mustangs.
Yes, sir. Nick Swaney, the intended receiver on the near side. They're going to go for, as you mentioned, Coach, 4th down and 7. So Twins to the near side, one wide far side. Ball spotted on the far post. Motion man going back to the far side. And it's going to be Page all alone in the
better
gun.
keep him contained.
Rolling near side. Big rush by the Gators. He's going to go ahead and air it out. It is caught.
Wow, big play by number 11.
And an incredible catch that gives the Friendswood Mustangs first down and 10, almost at the 10-yard line, Coach. And that completion once again going to Cade Rennie.
They overcome a second down and 24. I think they're going to score here, Charles. That was a big shot in the arm for him.
Yes, sir. Twins far, Twins near. Page tries to carry the ball. He's going to be tackled from behind, though.
That's not a problem. They got 3 timeouts left. There's plenty of time. Minute and 17 with lots of timeouts for the Mustangs.
Great stop by Rod Johan Dorsey for the Dickinson Gators. 14-7. We've got $1:09 to go in the first half of play. The Gators lead by a full touchdown. However, the Friendswood Mustangs are knocking on the door.
Less than a minute.
Double tight end set, one wide near and fall on the low post. It's going to be Page. Carries the ball again down to the 5, to the 4, almost to the 3, and he does get there. Ball's on the carpet, Coach. They might have declared it dead. It's picked up by the Gators, however.
Wow, what a big turnover. 2 turnovers. Now the Fishers are going to have to decide.
They have declared it Dickinson's ball.
Well, they have to figure whether his knee was down or not. The Fishers are in a huddle.
They're still
They will decide. They give it to
It's Dickinson Gator football, Coach.
Wow. 2 big fumbles.
Oh, my goodness.
And nobody takes advantage of it.
Recovered by Jordan Grigg at number 5 for the Dickinson Gators. That's a lot of hard hitting going down there,
the
Coach.
Mustangs had a great opportunity to get some points on the board.
To punch it in.
And that's one of the few mistakes that Page has made. He fumbled the ball, turned it back over at 4-yard line, 46 seconds. Obviously, I don't think Dickinson's going to do anything crazy backed up down here.
We've seen them carry the ball back, at least on kickoff returns, 100 yards, Coach, but they won't do anything crazy here, as you mentioned. No need to. So we'll have an inside handoff going right over center. That's going to be Leland Young on the ball carry, the fullback.
They're leaving the clock run. They're going to use their timeouts. Well, Friendswood not too unhappy going in with a 14-7 football game against this undefeated Dickinson team here. They've got a quarterback that's kneel down, I believe.
Yep, that's...
and that's probably the last play of the first half, Charles.
If the double play is the pitcher's best friend in baseball, kneel down is the quarterback's best friend.
Yeah, the clock's going around. That's 14-7 at halftime. Mustangs had a great opportunity there, and the old bugaboo turnover.
You know, I'll tell you what, the old T.O. So, Coach, 14-7. Crowds on both sides seem to have picked up just a little bit. We've got a good halftime show coming your way. I'll tell you what, we've got at least one doctor in the house. We don't have a paradox, though, because we don't have 2. If we had 2 docs, we'd have a paradox in this press box. But we do have one good one. Dr. David Davis will join us, and we will take this local timeout right here where you are hearing CMC High School football on AM 950 KPRC Houston.
Moody National Bank, voted 14 straight years the best bank in Galveston County and in Southeast Texas by readers of the Galveston Daily News. At Moody National Bank, we strive to earn the confidence and trust of our customers by providing superior service with a personal touch and still do business the old-fashioned way with honor and integrity. Moody National Bank has 19 locations in Galveston, Brazoria, and Southeast Harris counties. Online at moodybank.com. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
Arlen's Market, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. Owner Ames Arlen always aims to please his customers. Family owned and operated for over 20 years with locations from Seabrook to San Antonio, there's bound to be a location in your hometown. Online at arlensmarket.com. DeMontron Gulf Freeway. Just exit 15 off the Gulf Freeway and enter the universe of DeMontron. From Conroe to Houston and now Texas City. Remember, when it comes to your new car purchase, it's definitely DeMontron. Online for you 24/7 at DeMontron.com. LaPorte Mitsubishi on 146 between Spencer and Fairmont and LaPorte, where Larry Garza's team has the same mission as the teams on the field: trust, integrity, and respect. Come see the 2016 Mitsubishi, America's best running affordable luxury car. Online at smartchoicelaporte.net. Flex Oil Services in Channelview is proud to help secure Houston's and America's future through advanced petrochemical and industrial technology. Proud supporters of high school football, contact Flex Oil Services today. Online at flexofs.com. C-Bar Contractors, Texas' most prolific contractors and constructors of commercial buildings and shopping malls. Call Chili Beans Childers in Cassie today at 409-925-5757 or on the web at cbarcontractors.com. Crazy Allen Swap Shack, located at the Kima Boardwalk at the foot of the Seabrook Bridge. Crazy Allen serves the finest in Louisiana cuisine, and if it isn't grown or raised in South Louisiana, we don't have it. At Crazy Allen Swap Shack, it's always time to laissez le bon temps rouler. Online at theswampshack.com. The Cake Lady Bakery, located on South Friendswood Drive in Friendswood, with a 40-year tradition of baked goods, excellence in wedding cakes, cookies, pastries, and holiday catering. 5-star rated on weddingwire.com. Call Rose the Cake Lady at 281-482-3072 or online at cakeladybakery.com. Ron Carter Clear Lake, where the snowman Kyle Snow offers Houston's lowest APR on America's luxury car, Cadillac, as well as America's finest import Hyundai. Ron Carter Clear Lake on the Gulf Freeway South, just past the 2351 exit. Online 24/7 at roncarterclearlake.com. This is the CMC Communications Halftime Report, brought to you by Moody National Bank, consistently voted best bank in Texas, and by BMW of Clear Lake. Experience the ultimate in customer service at bmwofclearlake.com. Now, back to the broadcast booth. Here's Charles McCullough.
Well, we've got an interesting game, Coach Miles, 14-7. Let's autopsy this game from start to where we are right now.
Well, I think, frankly, the Mustangs are in a position that they would like to be in. They want to keep this game close. As Dickinson has been putting so many points on the board, from the coaching staff to Friendswood, if you can hang in there till the fourth quarter, then you think you have a chance to win this ball game. And so far, other than about 3 explosive plays that the Dickinson Gators offense, the Baines pass to Fowler that was the accumulation of a 2-play 80-yard drive, and the Meyer 41-yard run, the Mustang defense done a pretty good job. On the other hand, they passed up, lost a great opportunity when they had first down here, and quarterback Page has been doing a great job, fumbled the ball, so we now have a 14-7 ball game, but remember the Gators will get the ball to start of the second half. Interesting first half. I think this early in the third quarter, or maybe even the Mustang defense against the Gators on this first drive of the third quarter will be an extremely important factor in this ball game. Charles, you got some interesting halftime guests.
Yes, sir. We've got Dr. David Davis, who's going to be joining us right after we take this brief timeout. You're listening to CMC High School Football tonight on AM 950 KPRC.
Moody National Bank, voted 14 straight years the best bank in Galveston County and in Southeast Texas by readers of the Galveston Daily News. At Moody National Bank, we strive to earn the confidence and trust of our customers by providing superior service with a personal touch and still do business the old-fashioned way with honor and integrity. Moody National Bank has 19 locations in Galveston, Brazoria, and Southeast Harris counties. Online at moodybank.com. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. In 1975, BMW sparked a revolution with the 3 Series. 40 years later, it's still the benchmark to which others are held. Its style and handling guarantee the ultimate in performance. Visit BMW of Clear Lake and experience the ultimate in customer service. Lease the 2015 320i sedan for only $279 a month for 36 months. BMW of Clear Lake has a large selection of new and certified pre-owned BMWs. BMWClearLake.com. 42004 due at signing. 0 security deposit plus TTNL. Arlen's Market, where the vegetables are never on the tired side. Owner Ames Arlen always aims to please his customers. Family owned and operated for over 20 years with locations from Seabrook to San Antonio, there's bound to be a location in your hometown. Online at arlensmarket.com. DeMontron Gulf Freeway. Just exit 15 off the Gulf Freeway and enter the universe of DeMontron. From Conroe to Houston and now Texas City. Remember, when it comes to your new car purchase, it's definitely DeMontron. Online for you 24/7 at DeMontron.com.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com/expect more.
Back at halftime were the mighty Dickinson Gator Band, which has won as many or more state championships than any other similarly sized high school in the state in the last 40 years, is performing down below. The Friendswood Mustang Fighting Band had performed right before the ball game tonight. We have a 14-7 halftime lead for the Dickinson Gators, and we're joined by my good friend Dr. David Davis. Doc, how would you assess the first half of play as you've seen it?
Well, it was close, I think, as we expected, and I guess there's just a bugaboo for Friendswood. They just, they play so well and so much in the game, and when they get to that crucial point in the game, they just can't go that second step that they need. And last week, Tyler Page, as great as he is, fumbled the ball in the most crucial moment of the game when they should have been able to pull the win out over Clear Creek. And now they get a break, great hit on defense, fumble recovery, and then fumble the ball on the 3-yard line. And so, they just got to get over that hump. They've got a hard-working team.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're talking about 4 teams in every district that go into the playoffs. Friendswood will obviously be one of those that will make it in. You'll have in 24-6A, Dickinson, Clear Creek, Friendswood, possibly Clear Springs, which is taking it on the chin by a score of about 21-6 from Clear Creek at last report from our good friend Bill Dahlkamp, who's been giving us scoring updates through the evening. But Dr. David Davis, let's talk about the parity that exists at the top in so many of these districts, followed by seems to be teams that represent almost a lot of great effort on the part of the teams that are on the losing end of some of those groups, but there's a lot of disparity to go with the parity at the top. You'll have a Manville, a Pearland, and a Dawson. 3 equally sized, matched, talented, excellently coached, and great schools and fantastic football teams and programs. But then right below those, you'll have 3 or 4 other teams struggling, albeit with tremendous effort, great coaching too, and kids that have heart as big as Texas. But there's just a disparity there that goes in terms with the winning when you've got especially in 6A, it seems, and we have the same thing existing in 24-6A.
Yeah, we have, like with Pearland, Dawson, and Manville, you have those 3, and then you have the other 5 or 6 actually, and it's a hard thing because you're going out every week and you get a team like Pearland that rolls over somebody like they did last night against Pasadena Memorial. I mean, you turn around, it's 39-0, and you're not getting any reps, for your kids. and the bottom line is that you're not getting your players prepared for the playoffs. Whenever Pearland won the state in 2010, they were in 24-6A. Well, actually 5A.
5A at the time.
But they were in 24-5A with the Clear Creek schools, and they had to battle every week. And I look back and see that, they went 16-0, beat the number one team in the nation, but they had to battle every week against the CCISD schools and Brazoswood. They almost got beaten Brazoswood. They only pulled out the Brazoswood game the last 2 minutes of the game. And so, it's very difficult. Last night when Pasadena Memorial scored,